One of the things that's completely new in ACDC 2026 is the homepage. And this is a good way to get introduced to to some of the things that ACDC can do. Look at your recently modified files, recently added, tagged files, the list of unnamed faces, create a new image in edit mode, import files, import images, database backup or maintenance, find duplicates, which is huge. A lot of people weren't aware of the finding duplicates option in ACDC, and now it's just right there as soon as you open ACDC. So just to give you guys a sense of how it works, we're just going to take a look within the pictures folder, and we're going to search for duplicates. So I'm just going to leave everything as is right now. Click on search, and ACDC will start looking for duplicates in the folder that I've selected. So it has found 54 sets of duplicates. And when I click on them, you will see an image preview on the right. And then on the bottom, you will see the two files that are duplicated, right? And from here, you can choose what to do with them. So let's say I want to get rid of SR29 copy. I'll just click that, and it'll change the preview to delete file. And then I can keep going and start deleting the duplicates that I want. So I've only selected 3 right now, but you can go ahead and take care of that when you have the time, and then you click next. And then the duplicate finder will tell you, okay, this is the operation we're going to do. We're going to delete the photos that you have selected. You click on finish, and that's it. So what I'm going to try to show you today, because ACDC is such a comprehensive, expansive software, I'm just going to show you one workflow that you can apply when you're working with photos, when you're importing photos, and how you can organize them, and then how you can edit them. And we're going to take a look at one of the new features in 2026, which is AI presets, which is based in develop mode, which I think is in my opinion, the biggest reason to upgrade to 2026. So stay tuned. So right now, I just have a USB drive connected to my computer, and I'm going to go ahead and import. This can work obviously with an SD card, external hard drive, whatever you have. So I'm going to click on import, and ACDC is going to start looking for devices connected, and it'll show you the import interface. So it's telling me that it's importing from Kingston, which is the hard drive I have. And I'm going to view, instead of by date, I am going to view by file type. And I'm going to deselect all of the file types. So right now it's recognizing JPEGs, MOVs, MP3s, MP4s, right? Everything that you can have in a hard drive. And I'm just going to select the raw images here. Point RW2, which is the raw files from my Panasonic Lumix LX100. And now I am going to click here, view selected. And now I can see the photos from a little photo shoot we did at the park with my son and a friend. So I'm just going to go ahead and import these pictures. And once you have selected the photos you want to import, you can choose the location. So right now it's going to import them into pictures. But if I want it, I can, inside pictures, I can create a new folder. So we're just going to type Clemente, which is my son's name. And now it's going to save all the photos to Clemente. You can go ahead and rename your files if that's what you want at the same time you're importing them. So by default, you have some options here, which it can be date taken, then the sequence number, or the camera file name, date taken, whatever you want. You can even go ahead and edit this. And let's say for now, I'm just going to put Clemente and then this hashtag, which will transform to a number. So ACDC will show you a sample right here of how it's going to look. So Clemente 1. And if I have, I can also decide to, if I have more than 10 photos, I can also put, how many hashtags I want. I'm just going to do it like that. So it'll be like Clemente 01, 02, etc. If you're only working with photos, you can skip videos and audio files. So that's what we're going to do. Now I have to save this template because I've actually changed the way that ACDC is going to rename my file. So I'm just going to type again Clemente. And I don't know, it probably makes more sense to save your photos with the date taken and um, and a sequence number, right? But I'm just showing you how you can rename your files while importing. So let's go ahead and click on import. And now you will see ACDC on your right, the activity manager, which is also new. I mean, it's not new in 26, but it now supports multi-threading. So things that you can do in 2026 that you can't do in other versions is export, convert files, apply presets to images, and then you can keep on working. You don't have to wait until ACDC is done. You will see all of your queued activities here, and you can keep on working. You can keep on editing images. It's all thanks to the multi-thread availability in 2026. Okay, so I imported these images of my son Clemente, and before we start moving on to editing itself, I just want to show you a couple of things that are in relation to managing your photos. So we're going to take a look at people mode. And people mode is an amazing way to organize your photos by uh, face names. So you can navigate, find images of a specific person instantaneously, and it just helps you keep everything organized. So because I added new photos of Clemente, ACDC was able to recognize his face on the new photos I have imported, and I accepted those suggestions. So, for example, I have other photos here of Esperanza, and I can accept this suggestion because it's correct. This one is incorrect, so I can deny the suggestion. And that's people mode. So, why is people mode amazing? Well, obviously, now if you have a database with thousands of images of relatives or family, whatever, you can go back to manage mode. And on the home, you can search for a specific keyword or person, in this case, Clemente, and ACDC will navigate through its database and instantaneously, I'm going to reshare my screen, instantaneously show me all the photos inside my computer in my database that have Clemente. Yeah, so Robert is asking, can people mode photos be sorted alphabetically? So if you take a look here on the named view of people mode, you can organize them by name. I just want to make sure that you're seeing people mode. So now this is also something that's only available in ACDSee 2026. So now I am sorting by named. So A, C, E, etc. going down. You can group them by face count. So that's another option, another grouping option. And then grouping based on suggestions that ACDSee has for you. Okay, so we took a look. We added the face data to the photos that we've just imported that we're going to work on. But before, because this is an ACDC for beginner workshop, I just want to show you what's going on in terms of keywords and other options to search for particular images. So when you're in manage mode, you can go ahead to the left side of your screen and you can click on catalog. And now catalog allows you to search through your database and it'll show you specific images that you've added certain information to. So for example, ratings. You can establish certain criteria of what images look better for you on a rating based system. And so let's say, for example, you're creating a portfolio with your best photos. And let's say you gave a 5, you tagged your photo with a 5. So let me show you how to do that quickly. So I have this image right here, and I'm going to go to properties on my right side of my screen. and I'm going to add a 5 rating. Now you can see that this image has a 5 on top of it. And so if now I go to catalog and click 5, ACDC will show me instantaneously all of the photos that have 5 in them. So as I was saying, here's the photo with Clemente. So if you're creating a portfolio, this is super useful because it'll search throughout your entire database and show you what you've decided is a 5. Same thing, 4, 3. So these are different kind of images, and you can decide whatever. One can mean whatever you want, right? This is just a one way to do it. And images can also have labels, so different colors, right? Um, and then you will see here on the bottom, you will see the keywords. I don't have any added keywords that I've added to the photos, to my photos specifically, and which is why you don't see a list here. But if you start creating um, keywords, then you will see the list here. So let's go back to my folder of Clemente. And just to show you how I can add keywords, I'm just going to select these photos. And now that I'm in the properties pane, you will see the keyword tab right here. So it says click to add keywords. And I can add nature. I can add maybe a new keyword, family. Okay. So now I have the family and nature keywords for these images that I've selected. Now, if I go down the AI keywords, you will see that ACDC is automatically recognizing certain aspects of these photos, which is that there's clothes, it's in nature, there's people, and there's child is another AI keyword, and smile is an even deeper AI keyword. Okay, so back to catalog, and let me know if I need to slow down. This is a lot, right? But I just want to show you quickly how I added keywords, which I now can see if I go back to catalog and I click on family, which is the keyword that I just added to these images, then ACDC will show me all of the photos where I added the keyword family. But without you having to do anything, ACDC will also organize your images, or more than that, it'll add specific keywords that the AI will see in your images. So, for example, here we have all the categories of AI keywords to the left, from animals to vehicles. So if I open animal, let's say I'm going to, so I have animal, bird, let's say I go duck. Then an ACDC shows me all of the images in my database that have ducks. What about a hummingbird? One photo of a hummingbird. What about a fish? Okay. So there you go. AI keywords is an incredible tool when you want to quickly find things in your database that you're not quite sure. So for example, you're like, I took these photos of this church a long time ago and I don't know where they are. And then you can just go to building, select church, and ACDC will show you all of the images that it recognizes a church in. What's great about the AI keywords feature is that it also allows you to rediscover maybe certain images that you forgot you had. So it's definitely super fun to be able to search for images in your database based on the AI keywords. Let's try one more. So event fireworks, and it does really well. Like it's really good at identifying um, the keyword in the image automatically. So one thing that's important when you run ACDC for the first time, you will see in the activity manager on your right, you will see the AI keywords and the AI face detection sort of options, and they're going to run. So if you have hundreds or thousands of images and ACDC, you open it up for the first time, it'll take a while, right, to analyze all of your images, and you will see the progress of that on the activity manager. If you if you want to start working and you notice that while ACDC is adding AI keywords to your images or doing face recognition, you can decide to pause those or disable those processes so that if you're editing an image, then it's you can are able to use all of the resources of your machine to simply edit that photo. And then you can reactivate whenever you want, whenever you're gonna go get a cup of coffee or leaving it during the night, so that ACDC is able to apply the AI keywords and face detection to all of your photos. So, for example, you can also use the quick search in the homepage to search for, let's say, cheetah. I know cheetah is another AI keyword. So if I type cheetah like that, you will see that it's just so fast how ACDC is able to show you the photos that have that specific keyword. Um, Water or lake. Yeah, let's try water. Water. And so now I see from lakes to cups of water. You now that we've worked a little on ACDC, you will see that I have different tabs open, different search tabs, folders, catalog searches, etc. And you can simply choose to close these tabs. If you're working, if you're deep at it in tabs, another amazing feature of 2026 is that when you close ACDC and you reopen it, then ACDC will reopen all of the tabs that you had open in the last your last session. So any work that you did going through your database won't be lost. All right, so let's go back to the folder of images I just imported, and we're gonna now take these images into develop mode, and I'm gonna showcase to you what I think is the most amazing feature in 2026. So gonna go ahead and open this photo in develop mode. All right, so because what I'm working with here is two subjects, right? My son and his friend. What I'm going to do is just to give it a little bit of a more polished look, I'm just going to do a couple of edits on this photo that then I'm going to apply automatically to every other photo. All right. So first I'm going to click select subject. And there you see ACDC did a really good selection of my subject. So I am going to increase the exposure just a little bit so that the kids can pop more. So this is how it looked before and after. Another cool thing about ACDC 2026 is the split view. So on the right, you will see the edits that I've applied, and on the left, you will see the original photo. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more color, more vibrance to the kids. Maybe a little contrast. And now I am going to, oh, split view. Yeah, split view, you activate it here on the bottom. You see the split view slider right there. Okay, so I've just added a little bit more light to my subjects. Now I'm going to select the background, right? So now I have the background selected. And I'm going to bring down the saturation just a little, maybe the exposure slightly down. Nothing crazy, right? Bring down the clarity so that something like that. I'm going to add another mask, which is a radial gradient. And I'm going to, yeah, so I'm going to increase the feathering, and I'm going to do a little bit of a vignette situation here where I've selected the outer parts of this photo, and I'm going to bring the exposure down a little bit just to bring the focus into the center. And now finally, I'm just gonna add a color LUT here on the left, just to bring all of the colors together. Maybe I'll try film. Let's see what film does. Actually, I like the elegance. There we go. So this is my photo before and after. You can definitely see that the focus is now more towards the subjects. So that's really good. That's what I want. And now I am going to save what I've done here. So I'm going to save my subject selection, my background selection, and my radial gradient. And I'm going to save them as a new preset by clicking the cogwheel icon here. And I'll click Save Preset. Now, ACDSee will ask me which parts of your developed settings do you want to save. I'm just going to select all of them, clicking Select All. And I'm just going to type subject pop 1. Okay. So now I've saved that preset, that work that I did, and I'm going to go back into manage mode. I'll save my changes. And now I am going to select all of the photos here. And I'm going to go to right click, process, apply preset, and I'm going to look for the preset that I did. Now, you will see that there are already a bunch of AI presets built into 2026 that I could have used, but I just wanted to show you how you can create your own, right? So if, for example, you select AI subject pop or AI subject pop plus, this will analyze each subject on each different photo and raise the exposure a little bit. But because we're working and we're creating edits that are specific for this photo shoot, we're going to look for subject pop 1, which is the one that I created. Now, when I click on it, you will see that ACDSee is applying those developed settings in the activity manager on the top right. And as I was saying before, you can keep on using ACDSee while it's creating the edits. This is only available in 2026. And you will see the thumbnails slowly start to change when ACDSee has been applying the settings. Yes, they do a really good job. So after this, we're going to take a look at one of the AI presets that come by default, where you don't have to do absolutely anything. We're going to select another group of photos, and we're going to apply a subject enhancement to, and we'll see how that works. Right. So I have my photos being developed, and I can go back. I can keep on working. Right. I can search for photos of an eagle. And once again, ACDC doing an amazing job at finding the photos so fast. Okay, so now you will notice that ACDC in the activity manager is now running a raw image previews, which of course, because we've developed these photos and it's to generate the preview of the raw file. So ACDC is pretty much done. And so let's take a look how the others photos look. And it does a really, really good job at reanalyzing the subject on each of the particular photos. And it actually is remembering the name. So now what I did, just to show you again, and let me know if you can see the photos I'm going to go to view mode. So I'm going to select one of these photos, go to view mode. And view mode has face detection habilitated. So I'm going to confirm that this is Humberto. And I can also create a new, I can also tell the AI that this is Clemente. And the more information I give to the AI, the better it'll be at identifying someone in your photos. Here on the bottom right, you'll see show original. That's the original photo. This is the photo after. Before, after, right? Before, after, before, after. So let's take a look. Let's see. Let's bring this photo back into develop mode and just see the things that we apply to it. So like in the first photo, we did a subject selection. So there's the subject selection right there. Let me know if you're seeing develop mode. So there's the subject selection. There's the background selection. And then there's the radial gradient. And keep in mind, the first radial gradient that I applied was on a vertical or a portrait photo. But ACDSee is able to do this exactly the same for wide image or like a landscape image. So again, if you're taking photos of an event, a wedding, a celebration, a birthday, whatever, or a specific person, then you can save so much time by just editing one photo, saving that preset, and applying it automatically to all of your other presets. If you try to do this in 2025, then the AI does not analyze each photo, each subject specifically. So it'll apply the same mask and it won't look good. This time, on every new photo, ACDC reanalyzes the subject, reanalyzes the background, and then applies those changes. So what if I just applied the AI presets that come built in? Let's take a look. So I'm just gonna tag images with people right here. Right? So I have one, two, three, four, five. Let's do this one. Let's do this one too. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna. So I've just right clicked on the images that I selected here. They're all raw photos, and I've tagged them. Right, this little yellow icon here. So if I go to catalog, you can see easily the photos that you have tagged just by selecting the tagged option here on the bottom of catalog. So now let's open this image back in develop mode. The built-in AI presets. So if you don't want to create your own, you can find them on the right side of develop mode. Are you guys able to see develop mode? Okay. So right here, you will find all of the AI presets that analyze either the sky, the subject, the background, and does different applications. So for example, if I open AI subject, I can select um, AI subject pop plus, and ACDC will apply that edit. So very subtle, but you can see how this is before our subject is really dark, and now it has a bit more color, a bit more light, and you can see the selection that ACDC did automatically, right? So we're gonna go back to manage mode. First, we're gonna restore this image to its original form. So we're gonna go to, Oh, I guess I didn't save the edit. I just did. So it's okay. All right. So I'll select all of these images, go to go to process, apply preset, and I'll select AI subject pop plus. Once again, the activity manager is doing its thing. And these are all different photos with uh, obviously a clear subject in front of them. So the AI shouldn't have an issue recognizing the subject on each of the photos. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, it does work on. Okay, nice. Yeah, it totally works on JPEGs. It works on all photos that ACDC can read. ACDC is not interactive with Google Drive, unfortunately, not right now. I am 90% sure about that though. So I can do some research, but I don't think so. I can get back to you on ACDC Connect if you send me a message. All right, so let's take a look at what happened here. Let's open this folder in view mode and take a look at the originals. So this is before, this is after I applied the AI subject pop. And if I open this photo in develop mode, let's take a look at what the mask actually did. So there's the mask. And so it applied a different mask based on the subject on all of these photos. Let's take a look at the mask in this one. There we go. And the cool thing about this, if you find yourself, you're like, oh, it did a great job, but it missed a certain part or it selected a part that it shouldn't be selected, you can edit all of these, right? You can edit the mask. So on this one, it selected the subject, but it also selected the space in between his legs, right? And if you want to get rid of that, just zoom in. We'll show our mask here. And with the right click of your mouse, you can deselect, right? So again, you can run the AI presets on hundreds of photos to enhance them, to enhance the subject, to enhance the sky, to make the sky look a little stormy. I'll show you that one in just a moment. Um, or in any with any developed preset that you generate yourself. Right? So now I just quickly sort of fix that mask and that's it. I'll go back to manage mode and I'll just select autosave. And that's how you apply AI presets to any number of photos. And the AI takes care of each specific masking for each specific photo. So let me know if you have any questions. Oh, to zoom in, you will see the zoom options. If I open this photo back in develop mode, you'll see the zoom slider down here in the bottom, 22, 100, etc. And if you click this little icon here on the bottom right, you'll see fit image, which will just bring um, the photo in full display. You can, yeah, you can batch resize easily. Um, so let's select all of these photos here. And I can go to batch, right click batch, resize. And it's not, well, I guess it wouldn't, maybe it doesn't work with raw files, but it should work with um, with JPEGs. Let's see. Batch resize. Right. So you can, and it's not an AI feature. This has been available. A lot of the batch options in ACDC have been available for a long time. So you can decide to resize all of these images by percentage, by the long edge, the short edge, size in pixels, etc. So right click batch. You can also batch export, batch develop, batch edit, um, AI denoise, and super resolution, which is what we're going to look at now. I'm not pressing any computer keys right now. I'm just working with the mouse. Okay. Um, let's take a look at AI denoise and also AI super resolution, which is so AI denoise is available in 2026 and super resolution is available in 2025. So if you have photos that are too grainy, um, and you would like to sort of like clear that out, you can easily do that with AI denoise. So right click, go to AI features, and you will see all of the AI features available. This is AI denoise. I selected a really noisy photo so we're able to see the difference because it's hard when with noise. They're so small, the pixels of noise, that it's hard for them to be streamed. But so I just applied a denoise on this image, and you can see there's an AI strength slider here on the bottom. If you put it to 100, maybe your photo will start looking a little blurry. So I think 80 is always a really good option. Hopefully you can see the amount of noise that's happening. Like this is how our image looked before. I'm zooming in 200%, so it's obvious. This is before, and this is after AI denoise is applied. So a huge difference before and after. Oh, okay, yeah. So B deal is asking, what's the easy way to find what an action does? Um, let's open. Let's open. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm just gonna restore this to original. Restore original, and I'm gonna open it in develop mode. All right, are you guys seeing develop mode? So yeah, the best way to know what the AI preset does is just bring a photo into develop mode and just start playing around. So for example, on this one, we can play with the sky. And so if we open all of the developed presets in sky, we'll see AI blue hour, brighten sky, cotton candy sky, darken sky, storm, um, which will all, what it's going to happen is ACDC is going to select your sky and apply a certain preset. So if I click on storm, it'll probably make my sky darker. Yeah, more contrasty. The clouds are way darker. So if we activate split view, this is the sky before and the sky after. So definitely a stormy sky. And once again, I can take a look at the mask that ACDC did just by hovering over the masks here on the left. I can try, what if I try blue hour? Let's see what happens. Might look a little funny because it doesn't really correspond with the rest of the image as it did with the stormy one. And then if you want to go back and restore all of the edits, restore the image to its original state, just go here on the top. It says reset to defaults. Right? So That's the easiest way to know what an AI preset does. Just open it in develop mode and try them out. So if I go to AI portrait, let's take a look at a fun one before. Let's see if this one works here. So let's try a background, a black and white background. I haven't tried this one, so let's see. Great. There you go. So it analyzed my subject, the background actually, and it made it black and white. And then you can see that it also selected part of her skin and her legs, and we can take care of that by right clicking. We'll show the mask here under the brush controls. We'll show the mask. We'll right click just to deselect the part that we do want color in, like that, right? Let's do that one more time. I have a group of photos here, and I'm going to select all of them. I'll do right click, process, apply preset, AI black and white background. Now on the right, you'll see the activity manager, the develop settings is being applied. And I'm going to take a look and see if there's any more questions. Marv, to reduce noise, simply right click on an image, go to AI features, AI denoise. Also available in 26 and also 2025 is AI super resolution, which allows you to increase the resolution of a photo without losing details, which is huge. And the interface is pretty much very similar to AI denoise. All right, so this is done, and check it out. I mean, and this is Jessica. So the the face recognition is working perfectly, um, and it applied the black and white background really, really well. This is the image before and after. And what was that? That was 2 clicks, selecting them all and then running the process. So really, really major upgrade. All right, so yeah, this will be available tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and